Welcome everybody to another Behind the Name of Your Boy Boo Dilla.
And your boy Prince J. Ron.
And we got a special guest in the building. We've been waiting
for this man right here.
For this guy right here.
Whew.
Representing Beat Down. Got my brother DJ T-Rell in the building. What's going on, bro?
Yo, what's good? Can you hear me?
Yo, yes, we can hear you. DJ T-Rell, how you feeling, brother?
Man, I feel great, man. I'm glad that I was able to shut my life down a little bit to make it over here with y'all on the Wednesday, but you know, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, man.
It's only right. I had to.
Woo. Yeah, it's an honor, and we very appreciative for you taking the time out of your busy schedule to free up one of your Wednesdays to be on this show so we can hear your story and your diamonds. And we want to thank you ahead of time for all the inspiration that you about to get ready to tell us with your knowledge. So without further ado, we want to take it to your beginnings, from where it all started as far as your first encounter, maybe before it was DJ T-Rell, but we want to take it back to your beginnings.
We want to take it back.
Way back.
We gotta go back to. Yeah, we gotta go back to '96. I didn't get my first pair of turntables until winter '99, but like I started just like putting together mixtapes. Cause I had a double tape deck. One side recorded, one side played back, and it had a CD player. So I could put a blank tape in there and it was it. Get to school and we'd be selling them for $20.
Good tape.
The mixtapes, man, they was heavy because I would catch Mike Love and the Diz playing like exclusives off the radio and hurry up and release the pause button and it'd just record. Man, so that was '96. My biggest influence on becoming a DJ is of course my father, DJ Phantom. Growing up, I was just seeing like everything, all of the how people will react to his presence. You know what I'm saying? I used to sit through a lot of his mixes and watch him like totally focus. So after 8th grade, after my hoop dream was over, I was just like, all right, Pops, come on, let's bring the turntables home. And he brought them home that same night, yo. This was '99. We're gonna skip up a few years. But yeah, once he brought those turntables home, it was a new ball game. Like, I mean, I was still recording the tape, but at the same time, I had to learn how to organize my music. So if I wanted to blend something, you know what I'm saying, my crates had to be in order. Like I had to learn all of that from scratch. Way before the laptop era, I had to keep a bunch of homies to help me carry my records to the parties. At least 7, because each crate of records was like, what, 75 pounds?
Lift and weight.
But man, but you would need at least 7 crates to rock a party accurately. I mean, that was just me. At least 7. Once I learned those turntables, once you learn how to DJ on turntables, but once I learned, it got to a point where whatever I used, I knew what to do. You know what I'm saying? I knew what I needed to do. Whatever equipment, whatever brand, whether it was a CDJ or didn't matter. I knew how to use it because I learned from the bass, the turntables. So Pop started me off with just basics like backspinning the record. I think my first record, I learned how to backspin was what's the name of that record? That Beat Nuts record, man. Uh, Off the Books.
Off the book.
By the Beat Nuts. Off the Books. That was the first record I learned how to backspin.
Mm.
It got to the point where the neighbors, they would be complaining. Like, is he gonna play the same part all night? Yes. I'm gonna keep backspinning the beginning of this record until I get right. Pops left town, came back. I know how to backspin that thing at the 8. So by me picking that up so fast, he showed me the basics of blending, then he showed me how to BPM my record with a stopwatch. And just, the more and more knowledge I got on that got me more into music. So now I'm listening to producers. I'm learning the producer sounds. Like two of my biggest inspirations of DJing was Dr. Dre and DJ Quick, West Coast.
Mm.
So once I got adapted to Dre's sound, even as a kid, like when Snoop Dogg was doing the doggy style, all that, like I was in tune. I was just learning each year, young as ever, not even supposed to be listening to the music around my grandmother, but I got on my headphones and I ain't rapping it out loud, so it was cool. But I got adapted to Dre's sound. That formed me to, knowing what sounds good, how's it supposed to sound. Like Dre was always my reference.
Mm.
Like if I mix something, I gotta play it behind a Dr. Dre song. And then I know whether it's right or not. And then Quick, the fact that he did all his own instruments and how he used to swing his sequence, it was just so dope. It was just like, I'm gonna be like them boys.
Right.
Who make beats like these boys. So once I came out of 8th grade, I moved to the city. Pops sent me the turntables. Now growing up, I grew up on the South Shore drill team.
Right.
And when we used to march in our parades, we used to use ghetto house music.
Mm.
So back when my father was marching and my mother was marching, I had learned that Dion had did South Shore a track. And I got to thinking like, okay, I remember that track, but I didn't know Dion did it. Mm-hmm. So boom, that was some knowledge for me. And everything was ghetto house that we used for the parades. So each year, like each few years, Dance Mania was out. They kept bringing out different joints and different joints we could use for parade tapes, because a lot of the stuff we couldn't use for parade tapes. It had to be clean, of course. Mm-hmm. So, I was studying. I was buying all them tapes off 63rd and Halsted, man. I was a dog. Like, man, CDs, tapes, whatever color the tape was, I had to have it. But growing up on the South Shore drill team, my homie Shorty Doo-Wop, he would, like, ghetto house enthused him the same way it did me. So, that was my brother. So, I remember one time, I'll never forget, man, this dude, he came to drill team practice with this white tape with red letters on it. Mm. And it was, I know it was a Clint and Greedy tape, but it was a tape that had that Bang Skeet on it. And he came to practice and disrupted the whole practice with this bang, 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 skeet, 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 bang,
that
bang,
was
bang,
100% Ghetto Part 1.
That was one?
Yeah, 100% Ghetto Part 1.
Man, shout out to homie DJ Clint, man. But Doo-Wop, RIP, Shorty Doo-Wop, man. He would come to drill team practice and disrupt everything that's focused with this track, because this track is cold, so we all pump. We all, what I'm saying, trying to...
In the middle of practice.
In the middle of practice, man. All the way in trouble with it. So that, I'm like, all right, okay, bro got an ear. He always had an ear for the good stuff when it came to ghetto house. We got older, and I think it was 01 when he was coming to practice telling us about this spot called Union Hall.
Hold on, T-Rell. Before you go further, can you explain to our viewers about the South Shore Drill Team and what it was?
South Shore Drill Team Performing Arts Ensemble. My uncle, my great uncle, is the director. So my father was on the drill team, my mother, my uncle, my auntie on both sides of the family. We still got that. We still got the highlight in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where they coming down the stairs snapping their fingers. That's the South Shore Drill Team. And a lot of people don't know. I gotta let this out the bag, but the baby that was in the stroller, that was your boy. So if you go to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, if you go to Ferris Bueller's Day Off and look at the baby in the stroller doing the parade scene,
T-Rell.
DJ T-Rell.
What?
That's what you're talking about.
Well, hold on, Clint, because it ain't. I don't
this is the tape. This is the tape that corrupted practice right there. That's the one. That's the one, yo.
Clint is holding the tape.
That's the one, bro. That's the one, bro. But the drill team, man, started back in the 80s. So I kind of grew up on the drill team. Like, you know, it was family. It was family oriented. Even people from outside that would join, they became family. I mean, to this day, all those youngins, they still family. They know me. So just being in that performing arts ensemble, everything we did was involving music, yo. Everything. So, you know, we had to be collectors of different, you know, ghetto house joints. Some like me, I kept a mixtape. I don't know about everybody else, but I can't listen to rap all day.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to have a mixtape somewhere, a CD or a tape, something. But yeah, the drill team, that's family, man. That I grew up. That kept me off the streets, honestly.
Mm-hmm. South Shore Drill Team. So I was about to say, with that being said, I wanted to get back to where you was leaving off before you started talking about the South Shore Drill Team.
You're talking about the Union Hall.
My first taste of the nightlife. I'm trying to think of an accurate age. I mean, of course, you know, there's the rink. I really wasn't into music like that when I used to go. Like, you know, it was just like, you know, I was still like a kid. So it was like, all right. And it was, oh, Clint just threw me off. Clint always got a dungeon full of tapes, man. Hey, what was I talking about, man?
When you got introduced to about this place called the Union Hall.
Oh yeah, nightlife. Okay, Union Hall. Now, they would come to practice. My homie Ryan, Cornskeet, and Dewey would come to practice. Like, yeah, you know, Clinton would be at the hall playing the, you know, they be doing this and doing that. I'm like, Clint. Then he was like, yeah, the other day, Magic Mike was up there. I'm like, Magic Mike? Like, y'all seen these guys in person? No, I'm a devoted fan. So I'm like y'all went to the actual parties? Like they was live? I'm blown away. I'm all into the story. I wasn't even there. Right. I wanted to like, yo, what? You heard Clint live? You heard DJ Clint live? Like for real? They're like, yeah, man, he snapped, he did his thing, what the bam. So it got to a point where I had to slide on a Saturday. Something had to give. Something had to go on during the week while I got that time free.
Right.
As I think I was 16, 17. I had to check that out. And when I got there, yo, one of the most inspirational moments of my life, yo. I got to see. Now notice I've been collecting the tapes since the mid 90s. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know these cats musically, but I never ever laid raw eyes on. I didn't even know what Clint looked like or Mike or none of them.
Right.
None of them guys. I didn't know what they looked like. So to see them live, it was just like mind blowing. Like the first time I got there, that morning, JoJo was passing out flyers at my high school, and I ended up getting a flyer. And the flyer had Spin, C-Bit, Magic Mike, RP Boo. I'm like, whoa.
JoJo.
I'm like, whoa, all these cats on one. I'm like, cool. Got back to drill team practice, showed it to doo-wop, like, all right, we there. Got there that Saturday. I got to see Mike live for a little bit. Mike was DJ live. And then C-Bet got on. Now I had first heard C-Bet during and I think it was 99, 2000. I think it was 2000 when Daz dropped the Southside Connection 2. Mm-hmm. Now I had first heard C-Bet on that edit, so I knew of Daz, I knew of Spin, I knew of their music, but to just see a new name come out of nowhere like C-Bet, I'm like, okay. And then to hear his edit, it was like, dang, this dude snap, this dude raw. So when I seen him live, I'm like, I asked the dude next to me, like, yo, who is that spinning? Because I'm on the stage and I'm looking down at everybody DJ. He was like, yo, that's C-Bet spinning right there. Spin was absent that night. But Bit rocked it, man. That was the first time I heard him play Spin Biggie Bounce live. I was like, ooh. So when I met C-Bet, you know what I'm saying? C-Bet, you know, he welcomed me with open arms. To roll back a little bit, a lot of people really don't know, but me and Clint first encounter wasn't really pleasant because of what was going on in the area with the place. Like a lot of the guys from the neighborhood would come up there just to fight. So he didn't know how I was coming. He didn't. So it was a battle going on, and there was a dude in front of me, and I tapped him on the shoulder. I was like, yo, where Clint at? And he turned around and he tapped everybody, got everybody attention, had them looking at me like, yo, I'm Clint. And I was like, looking at all 40 of these dudes looking at me like, why you want to know? Who want to know where Clint at? I was like, whoa, wait, time out, dude. I'm a fan, dude. Relax, dude. So I couldn't talk to Clint that night. You know what I'm saying? I blew it. Okay? I blew it that week.
Hey, that's looking for Clint?
Movie.
That sounds like a movie.
Were you in a club?
Bro, hey, I'm telling you, bro. Hey, I cannot make this up, man.
Hey, I'm looking for Clint.
I cannot make this up. I definitely blew it. I mean, but at the same time, it all went with the territory because that neighborhood, it was wild. Like it did get wild. It was a lot of fights and going on up there. So I couldn't blame him.
Right. But he's safety first. Like,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't tripping. I'm like, oh, I get back at him on another note. You know, it's all good. But I also
Clint was also, he was from the projects, bro. So you could ain't no slap.
Exactly. So, you know, I had talked to, and I was hurt too, because I had talked to Doo-Wop, like, he like, man, you met Clint. And I'm like, man, I think Clint told me off, bro. He's like, why you say that? He's like, man, I tapped him on the shoulder, but I didn't know who it was.
Hey, you went home with the sad face. You was like, I don't even want to DJ.
I ain't gonna lie, I was bothered, bro, because it's like, man, my first time I get to meet this guy and have it like that. He was like, don't trip. But then he went into detail of, you know what I'm saying, the neighborhood. He went into detail on a few episodes because, you know, he lived around there by Bessemer Park over there.
Right. So he filled you in.
So, yeah, so he filled me in. He was like, all right, he was like, just try to holler at him on another note. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. I ended up missing Union Hall a few weeks. But to roll back, like I said, C-Bet opened me with open arms. Right. That got me closer to Spin because him and Spin would be together every weekend. So even though they were in the burbs, and at the time I was staying on 71st and Normal, they would come, even though the party would be in the burbs, they would drive from the suburbs to the city, get me, and then still ride back to the suburbs. Just so I could tag along, you know what I'm saying? And starting off, I needed that. Like I got to see them boys rock the circle live. It was just like, yeah.
And also in your mind, you like, I know I'm gonna go and see DJ Clint again.
Hey, listen, bro. I had already made it evident. Like,
right,
I ain't tripping. I'm gonna approach him on another note. Plus, everybody started to fill me in on his personality. Like, nah, you know, Clint, you got to just catch him on the right note, because you know, if he ain't, it might not look good. Mm-hmm. And then RP Eli, I remember when Eli came to the drill team office and was, you know, showing us some moves, Eli put me on like, yeah, man, Clint, you know, he it's the neighborhood different. You know what I'm saying? They done fought with them boys who are the band, but he a good dude. I'm like, all right, okay, cool. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah.
Few weeks happen. Next week, Young and Hall get up there, but Clint ain't there that weekend. Blue. You hear me? Blue.
I don't like how this picture y'all paint me out to be back in the day.
No, it wasn't Clint though. I believe Chip was doing that. So a lot of times Chip didn't book Clint. I don't know however that went, but a lot of times it was just different DJs there on Saturday. Now, yeah. I did used to get there early sometimes just so I could hear B-Man rock hip hop. B-Man used to murder hip hop on vinyl. He used to go crazy. So, that was the Woo side, but I would just be waiting for the juke session. Right. But it would be some days Clint not there. Like, another party to do. I'd be like, dang.
Mm-hmm.
So, the more, I got cool with on the other side, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting cool with C-Bit schooling me at the same time, going home with my own equipment. You know what I'm saying? Spin giving me tracks, C-Bit giving me tracks just to get familiar. But finally that one Saturday, that one golden Saturday, Doo-Wop pulled Clint to the side and introduced me to him. Right. Gave him my whole rundown, like, yeah, this Phantom son, we walked the band. He like, oh, okay. And that was it. But a lot of people thinking that I just walked up to Clint, got introduced to him, and then I was a part of Beatdown. No, that was one of the biggest trial periods of my life because I had to prove myself. Right. So at the time, Solo was already a part of Beatdown House. Shout out to homie DJ Solo. Everybody had the sounds, the Beatdown sounds. Right. So before I could get a copy of the Beatdown sounds, I had to prove myself. So I had to make tracks without, I had to find sounds that was close to the actual sound and use those. And mm-hmm. the side parties like outside of Union Hall, that was 63rd Stony, that was that Y. Then you would have Paul Hall would open up for a weekend, 103rd and Halsted. And I would just, shout out to Chip. Chip gave me my first gig, you know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah, just come spend early. He gave me $100 to DJ for an hour. Mm. So I was like, cool. I started off with just a CD case. No cap. Now I cannot lie, but I started off with just a CD case.
I can't even imagine how difficult that was to be like part of Beatdown, but you couldn't even like sound. You couldn't even, like you just part of a group, but you can't show your pictures.
I had to, and you know what? I definitely had to earn it. It was a trial period where I just had to really sit and figure things out. Like I knew how to use the MPC 2000 XL. I learned that just based off knowledge from Clint, you know what I'm saying, Spin, Bit, and at the time I had I had a groove box. I think it was an MC505, and they had like somewhat 909 sounds inside of it. They weren't like really 909s or 808s, but they were close. So I would just use those, or some of the tracks that I had on CD, all the way at the end of the tracks. Some of them, the drum would just be out, and I would be like, "Oh,
T-Rell was a thief."
Rewind it. Sample that.
Hey, hey, check it out. So this is what it was, though. Let me tell you the truth. It
wasn't. I'm telling them the truth.
The truth was T-Rell was a thief. T-Rell was remaking everything.
Not everything.
He was the original wrong.
Not everything. It wasn't. But I wasn't doing it without permission, though.
So the thing, okay, let me explain something about getting the Beatdown drum kit, right? Now, the Beatdown drum kit is what you pretty much hear on damn near every track right now, which I made decades ago, right? So to get this kit, you had to really show that you could really make some banging ass, dope ass shit. And T-Rell, when he came, I'm gonna tell you exactly when he got that kit, when he did Juke This Mother.
And hey, hold on. Let me tell the story. Let me tell the story, Clint. Now, shout out to JR Deontay. At this time, he would throw out like a one week party for the 8th grade graduates at Mr. G's on 87th and Ashland. Now he would get both sides. It would be one side, two DJs on one side and 2 on the other, and then we would rotate. So that time I think it was me, JR, DJ JR, shout out to homie DJ JR, JR Deontay's son, and Clint. And the first day we went, it was rainy. It was kind of boring. But I got to the crib. I'm like, man, I got to make something to play at this party. What can I make? I couldn't figure out what to say. You know what I'm saying? I was mic shy. You know, had to overcome all that. But I was just like, man, juke this mother. and whipped it up, got them like, man, let me play this. Juke this mother. Clint came around the other side like, woo.
I got a thumbs up from Clint.
Y'all the fuck.
Oh, right.
Hey, after juke this mother, that was it. I think my career started right there when I dropped juke this mother. And you know what I'm saying? The people liked it. You know what I'm saying? So it was enlightening. At the time, I had an external zip disc. So I just took him a zip disc. He dropped them on there. Man, I ain't gonna lie. I would leave school after 4th period. I had lunch, 4th period. And I would come home and make tracks, man.
You like, man, I need this.
You know, not influencing that, but you know, it was just.
This is a zip disc.
I was just about to say, dang, a zip disc. I'm like, I ain't seen that since. Hey.
And this is a zip drive.
They couldn't tell me nothing, man. Once I got that zip drive of those sounds, I ain't gonna, even if I didn't have to DJ, I would show up to the party. So when I'll take forward a little bit, when I met Rashad, okay, so you know, my bond with Clint had grew a lot, you know what I'm saying? I was still in tune with Spear and the C-Bit. There would be parties on 111th. And what's that, Michigan?
Yeah, YMCA.
At the Y. And me, Doo-Wop, Dewan, and my homie DJ T-Y, he would be there. He would drive, and we would get there, and the line would be all the way up the street.
Always.
And they would be like, man, I ain't finna park it. I ain't finna be in this line. I'm like, man, park right there. Park right here, man. It's like, man, what you gonna do? I'm like, man, we finna walk in front of this line. And he was like, what? I'm like, come on, man. Keep telling y'all I got pulled, man. So I walked to the front door, security, I'm like, yo, I'm DJ. I have my CD case. I'm like, yo, and they with me. And after security searched them and let us in, I'm like, man, I'm beat down, man. I ain't got to stand in no line no more. Clint was like, yo, what up? E-Dub was in that too. You know what I'm saying? So that was just, you know what I'm saying? Just taking me to the next level. Like, you know what I'm saying? All right, no more lines. Yeah, no more lines, no more weights. And I got in there and there was a dude DJing. Now the headphones was broke. It only had the headphone piece that was to the cord. So it was a dude DJing with a what's that jumpsuit, the Earhart jumpsuit. You know what I'm talking about? The big like snowsuit. Is it Carhartt?
No problem.
Yeah. He DJing. I'm like, I'm talking to E-Dub. I'm like, yo, who is that? He's like, yo, that's DJ Rashad. And I looked again like, what? He's like, you ain't met Rashad yet? And I'm like, no. So E-Dub was like, hey, Rashad. Rashad looked up. He was like, Rashad put the headphones down, came out, introduced me. E-Dub introduced me to Rashad.
Okay.
And that was it. You know what I'm saying? Rashad took me in as a brother, man. Like, it was just, you know, schooling me. Like, but but a lot of times I couldn't get in touch with Rashad because he was always working, bro. He was always making tracks. I couldn't keep up with Rashad, but I was the sponge though. You know what I'm saying? So everything that was going on, I was just taking it all in. Like I said, even if I didn't have to DJ, I would show up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why not? I need all of this. Like, come on, y'all. I'll never forget one Saturday. RP came to the Y on the 111th and first played Get 'Em.
I can imagine that.
Oh, wait.
Now it's me, Clint. I think E-Dub was there, Rashad was there, and it was packed, and there was a big footwork battle going on.
And
All
Mike-
of us was looking at each other like, I was like, what? Like RP just came up here.
But
And snap.
that's so crazy, man.
I was like, hey, I'm 17, 18 getting this. So my mind is corrupted. I'm like,
Right, getting all that
He
heat.
getting all that heat early.
like what? And this, like I said, this was before the laptops. You know what I'm saying? Clint had his creative records back there, but they had a CD mixer too. So, you know, to play the tracks on. And RP played Get Him, man.
That shit.
That circle was different.
There was
That circle was different. Like hearing it first there live in front of the whole, and this like Dilla and J-Ron, you probably remember the Y. A lot of times when the Y was kind of empty, they would like move the booth to the half court.
Mm-hmm.
But this time the booth was all the way to the back wall. It was that packed.
yeah.
And he played that. I think we had at least about what 200 people in there. Man, all the way inspiring, man. Blew my mind that night, yo.
If you wasn't, and if you didn't get that a certain time, you wasn't even getting in.
Yeah.
Nope. Because those lines, they would stay long.
That was crazy.
They would stay long. But it would be all dance. Like it wasn't a lot of fights.
It wasn't.
No.
It wasn't a lot of fights, man.
It really wasn't. Yeah, that, I can really say, yeah, the Y wasn't. Yeah, I don't even remember. I don't remember one. Like for real, I don't remember one.
Man, it was live, man. All of getting all of that at the age of 17, man. It was just life changing.
You what? So was you a dancer too? Did you dance before?
I started off dancing with Dynasty, which now is Third Dimension.
Right.
Shout out to Tish. But all of this came from doo-wop, you know what I'm saying? Growing up with Shorty doo-wop, like I said, we was on the South Shore drill team, so that was performing arts. So, you know, we was trying something different. So at the time, we had joined when Final Phase and Dynasty was trying to come together and form a. Didn't work. Forced us to split and go to Dynasty. But I was so into the music, you know, while they working on footwork moves, I won't be there. I'll be at home making tracks.
Right.
Right.
You know, doing all the performance tapes.
Perfecting that craft.
That's cold.
Yep.
So I definitely was dancing, but I stopped dancing.
It was either or though. You know what I'm saying? You can't, you know, we can't dance without the music, and the DJs can't play without the dance. So you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Coincide with one another. You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
somebody had to play a part out of that.
Yeah, that's the yin yang.
Yep. Yin and the yang, man. Yin and the yang. So I know we was talking about earlier, because you have other talents that you had. Like I just like started seeing. I know with the drill team, of course, you got that under your belt. Dancing, you got DJing, but you also got another talent, and that's skating. You know what I mean? Tell us a little more about the skating aspect.
I mean, I like I said, my pops, man, seeing my pops is in my life, my whole life. So, you know, I got to see a lot of his moves. So, you know, I would always see him go out and skate. Like at this time, I was on 165th and Hermitage in Markham. So every Tuesday night, Markham would have the family skate.
Right.
And I would be there. You know, I would go. But like I said, I was younger, so my mind really wasn't on skating then. But by me getting the basics at a younger age, I think I started back skating at maybe like 19, 20. So by then, you know, it had changed a little bit. Like it had went from the regular skate boot to the combat boot. You know what I'm saying? I converted and jumped in. And it was what it was the atmosphere. The atmosphere forced you to be better.
Yeah.
So I'm around all these shorties that's shorter than me, and you know they skating good, and I'm like, yo, I ain't no way I'm finna
Right.
constantly get out here and let these shorties show me up. Look at my skates. I'm way too fresh to be falling out here busting my head. So let me just get some practice in. Every weekend would be a practice. Before you know it, no falls. Got whole routines. Got a flying split move.
Right.
Go crazy.
Like I'm going nuts out here.
Like what? Like what? Like I need it all. So he's like, hey.
Dude. That's why I be seeing some people trying to footwork on the skates, like try to do the same moves on the wheels.
Skates.
No, it's definitely not. It's not easy.
Man, I could only go forward. That's it. That's all me. Forward. You want to do a trick? No, I can't do it, brother. No,
I think it's all about how comfortable your foot is and what kind of plates you have. Like a lot of the skate plates are heavy. A lot of them are feather light. So you got to watch once you do a move, when you lift your leg up too high, you'll lose your balance. Then what?
Right.
But see,
And
hey,
the key.
Go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The key is getting your own skates, because rental skates, a lot of people don't understand. Rental skates are designed to make you fall and bust your ass.
Man.
Think about it. Nobody does maintenance on rental skates. So, you can get a pair of rental skates and one of them stuck going right, the other one stuck going left. What you got? A split.
Yeah. Hey, you ain't lying.
So it's like, once you get your own skates, it's like gym shoes. Once you break those gym shoes in, you go.
Yeah.
You over your shoulders, like, okay.
Man,
You gonna get the
people that can skate, bro, they dope, man, to me, man. And
I grew up with a lot of them, man. I came up with a lot of them.
And this is what I always get, like, people will always tell me, like, but you know how to footwork, so you should know how to skate. I'm like, bro,
It's just all about balance.
Right.
But see, hold on, wait. I'm gonna tell you something though, Boo Dilla, real talk. I don't know if y'all talked about this with Ant Brown, but the footwork move, the skates, was made skating. He made that move up skating.
I never knew that.
Me neither. Yeah, and we ain't even. He probably just said in the interview. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, now you about to have me go back try to find it now. You know what I'm saying? Because I can see that too. I can see that coming out of a skate. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it was called skates. So I can really see that.
Duh.
But yeah, I started. I didn't get dope on skates until I was working at 76 and Racine. I think that was like 05. So once I Saturday nights over there, that was the come show out night. No matter what was going on, you got all your practice in during the week, but Saturday at MLK 76 and Racing, that was the show off night. Everybody who was somebody on skates were there, and I was there. But I didn't convert until one night Phantom pissed me off and didn't let me go on the Saturday. It was a contest supposed to happen. I was a part of the contest. Grand prize was 1,000. We had an 80% chance of winning. He didn't let me go.
Oh.
He was like, yeah, just go to the rink on Sunday, 9 to 1. I'm like, you sure you're not gonna come messing with me Monday morning, dude? And I went there. Y'all, a whole new world on wheels. I knew nobody. That was the great part about it. Bumped into my cousin who's a skater, so that was dope. So now everybody's looking like, man, who is this new face? Nuki skating with. And like I said, the atmosphere forced me to be better. So
right.
The more I went, the better I got.
I know.
So that's the same thing with the party.
I know you was talking about. Yeah, I know you was talking about far as that first track that you done. How did you feel? How did you feel when you saw like footworkers dancing to your track though? Like that first track, and you just at a party, and you just started seeing people go crazy,
reacting off of your creation.
I feel like I made it. Like I would look at the circle and see them really battling while my track is playing, and be like, yeah, like you made it, dude.
Because that one, when we know it's a that track, everybody get the ugly face. Like once
Stink face.
people, yeah, everybody get that same ugly face. Like
Stink face. Definitely stink face, man.
You'll see the energy, and you'll see the energy shoot up too. You'll see it radiate, like, oh yeah, like the whole atmosphere.
It made me feel like I was on top of something for a change. You know what I'm saying? And by me impressing one of the pioneers, you really couldn't tell me anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it was like, you know, I had the best peers at my age. You know what I'm saying? So I use all of that as, you know, a big learning tool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I know that was a big push though, especially having, you know, one of the greats, you know what I'm saying, Clint, you know, putting that battery in your back, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a whole nother level though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cause now you gotta, even though you gotta be your own, you know, create your own way, you still have, you know what I'm saying, this man in your corner that's like, hey, I need for you to go hard.
In my corner, not just him,
right.
but
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying, the full circle of
right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you know, not only him, but I got to back up a little bit. I didn't really get close to Clint instantly. It was Magic Mike. Magic Mike saw potential in me too and put Clint on like, yo, man. Mike will tell you like, yo, prospect, what's up? So I think it was because of Mike, Clint made me a prospect because of Mike. Other than that, I was just getting on, you know, bugging the hell out of Clint, bro. I would call Clint for everything. When LimeWire first came out, I would. By Clint told me he was using Cakewalk. I went on there and tried to download Cakewalk, and I would call him, and he messed up by giving me his number.
Right, you
call. Dude, I'm finna what? I'm calling you for everything, dude.
Oh yeah.
I would get on his he was nerves, the Google back then.
I would bug the hell out of him, but he was patient with me though. You know what I'm saying? He was patient with me. Yeah, so that's why it got to a point where I had to just keep, you know what I'm saying, improving when it came to creating.
Right.
You know, he was one of my biggest critics when I first started making rap beats. Every beat I sent him, he ain't like. And I knew if he ain't like it, nobody was gonna like it.
Right. If it get past him, then you got to
change. If it get past him, I know I got something.
Yep.
But you know what I'm saying?
Like
after maybe like 20 beats, after I sent him like 20 beats later, that's when I started to, yo, that's cold. Like, you like that? I didn't think you was gonna like that. So it was just like
knives sharpen knives. That's how it be. That's exactly how it be. Hey, and your beats though, your beats.
It didn't happen overnight, man. It didn't happen overnight. I really had to sit and put together my sound. You know, I had to bomb a few beats. Like it's some stuff from 2006 that I would never play for anybody. Anybody. I would never play it. But it would probably be dope though to somebody else. Even 07. I don't think I got sick until maybe like 08, 09. That's when it started to. That's when the fire started coming out, and it got to a point where I would be comfortable with everything I touched.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying. Now keep in mind, I had Clint. You know what I'm saying. I had Spin, C-Bit. You know what I'm saying. I had Rashad. I had Mike. You know what I'm saying. I could call E-Dub up. Like I just had a full circle of support. So
that's super dope, man. To be around all that greatness and you sucking everything up like a sponge. So all that experience right there. And now look, you got people around the world dancing to your music. So
and that's a feeling that I cannot explain. Like I wake up some morning and I scroll and somebody dancing to my track. I'm like, ooh, I made that when I was in high school.
Yep. I always tell people too, like especially us in our culture, like if you going through a, you know, like some like yourself, like if you going through something and you know what I'm saying, you wake up, you just like, oh man, I'm just not feeling it. Just go right to YouTube or go type in. I always tell people to do this. Just type in your name on Google. Your whole attitude should change. Like for real. Your whole
Yeah,
attitude.
I got to salute. I got to salute the Google. The Google
Yeah,
is a real good reminder.
yeah. Because you know what I'm saying? Because we said I know there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? But man, it's we so blessed, man. You know what I mean? Especially,
Super.
but it's from the culture. You know what I'm saying? Like for the culture to spread the way it's spread now, and you know your music right now is just not in America. Your music is everywhere and around the world. You know what I'm saying? You got people from all walks of life dancing to it. You know what I'm saying? And you like, damn, I just made this in Chicago, yo. Like,
Man, that's love. That's love.
you know what I mean?
I sure be looking like, wow, I made that track so long ago, yo.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
And
man,
it still
Still
makes
banging, still
them
banging.
move like now. It's like, wow.
well, like, and then it just gets you want to make more. It makes you want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stay into what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
what I
Yep.
want to ask, what advice would you give to the up and coming DJs now?
I would say do your research,
Mm,
learn the culture.
facts.
Learn, do your research, do your research, do your research. No, number five. Did I say do your research? Do your research. Cause hey, one thing I definitely had to do my research, yo. Like
Hey,
one thing's for sure. When I had first got in, so we wasn't using laptops, so a lot of the times it would be hard for us to record a mix unless Chip caught you slipping and recorded your mix ain't tell you. But I needed to know who track I was playing.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I needed to know exactly whose track. You know what I'm saying? And now that the world is different now. Now you can look up music.
Right.
So if you just do your research and develop
Mhm.
develop yourself. A lot of people you got a lot of people that don't want to be original. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to have their original sound. They don't want to sound like themselves. They want to sound like something that sounds like something.
Something else. Yeah.
Mm.
But you do your research and work on being a better yourself. Straight
Mhm.
up.
Mm.
Hey, and
That's some diamonds right there.
they can also, always hit you up, ask you questions, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
Far
yeah,
as
for sure.
you can't, you know what I'm saying? Like they just people just got access to everything now, man. Like the story you just told that you had, like there was no social media, no, you had to go.
And do the footwork.
You
Like
had to you had to
you gotta do the
the
groundwork.
like I said, like I got the flyer early that morning on my way to school.
Right.
JoJo would be posted up. Like I ain't gonna lie, they would have a flyer game on going crazy. It would be some of them at this school, some of them at that school, some of them at that school, and they would all hit them at the same time in the morning. So to know what's popping, you had to be social.
Yep.
Like you know what I'm saying. It was a flyer, and then they used to spike the polls a lot.
Mhm.
So and then word of mouth carried
Oh,
in a
yeah.
way, but there was no internet. Like it wasn't like Facebook wasn't there yet. You know what I'm saying? Not even MySpace.
You
I mean,
sure?
that was internet, but it wasn't like that. Like where you can go on there and everybody can see. You know what I'm saying? Not like that.
Yeah.
Not in '01. Maybe like '02, '03. Yeah, it got a little advanced, with the MySpace and Black Planet.
Right.
But it still was all based on
Yep.
getting a
The
flyer.
flyers.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And the word getting around.
Yep.
Then they used to have on the flyers like they had like discount stuff like get 2 people in for free with the flyer. So you was trying to find
or
that
you get
flyer.
in, or you get in, everybody in free till this time.
Yeah, with the flyer. So that was like a pass to get in the party.
So that forced them to get the flyer.
Hey, but those flyers was janky though, because they used to have celebrities on there. You would think that a celebrity is gonna be there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
it was just for promotional use.
Right, but you were like, oh,
I did. Hey,
she gonna be there.
I used to be like, dang, he gonna be. Who's this? Who's that girl in the background?
Right, but he on you. Oh snap!
That gonna be that. Hey man, and it was nothing like having your group on a flyer. Like when your group was on the flyer.
If
your group, if they said your group on the flyer, that's how you know the party would be popping too, because all the groups would be in the building.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So the groups in the building. Okay, we gonna dance. It's a party. Everybody. I mean, you had a few people that would ride the wall like me. Like when I first got to the hall, I was just trying to adjust to the environment, so I was leaning up against the wall. That was our spot at the hall. We were leaning up against that little half wall thing.
Right.
But as the years progressed, we became savages in there and would just be dancing on all the women.
Yeah,
it's a party, right? It's a party. We done paid us $10 to get in here. It's crowded. Clint DJ, we go party.
That's it. And it had to be the right. It most definitely had to be the right DJ too, though, because you see a DJ you don't know over.
I went up there on the wrong nights a few times.
I know. That's what I'm saying. You mad? You like, man? I ain't know. I thought Clinton was gonna be up here. They ain't even there.
Yeah.
It's like,
talking about like nobody told me not to come tonight. I'm looking around like wondering why I'm the only one there. None of the guys are there. Like I'm wondering why y'all don't want to go to the hall tonight.
I was banned from the hall for a minute. That's why you didn't see me up there, because I got banned for a minute. So we started going out west.
That's what it was. Okay.
And it had got boring. Okay. The hall got boring.
Yep. It did. And that's people weren't even going no more though. Like it just slowed down.
Like, hey, that's how it used to be too. With certain DJs, if they wasn't coming no more, it's like they crowd and fan base will be there.
A big change, a big shift, shift the energy.
Oh, trust me, they had to unban me, and then it picked back up.
Oh yeah, they definitely picked back up too.
It had, man. They knew.
It definitely picked back up.
They know, man. They know, like for real, man. So yeah, let's get into these questions because I see people typing them now. We got a question from who is this? Sean. Oh, Sean. That's Sean. I'm like, what? We got a question on Facebook from Sean. Says, since you had a legend take you under your wing and guided you, what DJ have you or would like to continue that cycle with?
I definitely got my brother DJ T-Rell in the headlock. But I don't mind giving advice. You know what I'm saying? Like that ain't never me. Like one thing I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna hold your hand through while you're taking the test. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna point you in a few directions. Yo, this is what you need. Get this. Work on that. You're gonna be good. Because I didn't get my hand held. Like I got hung up on a lot. Clint, am I lying, bro?
Man,
I don't know what the hell you talking about.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about. I used to call the crib sometimes. Sometimes Miss Hill would be like, "Didn't you just call here?"
I think
I got on Miss Hill nerve too. Where me at?
Oh man,
but it was just like, I couldn't help it. Like you know what I'm saying? I couldn't help it. But I mean, I'm always open to the younger DJs, man, to come to me for advice, man. Holla at me.
Thanks. We got a question from Catherine. How much overlap was there in those scenes? Was there a lot of the same people skating, footworking, and partying where you were?
maybe a few. It was only a few. It was a few people that I used to bump into when I first started in the nightlife, and then once I got to this skate world, I would see him like, "Yo, you not a skate nigga? All right." It was just a handful. It wasn't a lot
Right.
of people, but
Yeah, but some
it
people
was
during those type of parties, because you had skating and dancing at in the same night, but it was skating first, and then they turned into the party later
see,
on.
I didn't know that. See, that's like Saturday 7 to 11.
Right.
I
Right.
really wasn't skating then,
Oh, okay.
but like I didn't get there until like I used to go on Sunday nights from the 9 to 1. That's like the all adult set.
Right.
Okay.
But what he'll do, what DJ DMC will do is at the end he'll play, you know what I'm saying? Something for the 80s babies. You know what I'm saying? We know about all the ghetto house tracks, so then he'll play them tracks and then it'll go up for about maybe 15 minutes.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
That's cool. That's cool. We got another question right here. It's from
Come on,
Tamara.
bring them on in. Bring them on in.
This from Tamara. She said so when computers came along, was the switch over challenging or did it change your music?
I think the Phantom brand called a blessing because we were already okay. The turntables were out, and you know you had the CD mix too, which makes CDs, and then you had those Pioneer CDJs. So when those came out, that had pops in the state of mind like, all right, I think we need everything we got on record. We need on CD. So we had to manually. It took us like 4 to 5 years. We had to manually go get all those crates pops had stacked up around us. We had to manually record those in. Like I would spend days, like I would be playing the game, I would record, especially the disco crate. Oh my God. This dude, he had a disco crate. Some of those songs were be like 12 minutes long. I would clean the record off and hit record on the computer and record it and play the game. And it would take all day. It would be all day. And think about it. Each song is maybe like 3:30, 4 minutes. We had to get the clean, dirty, and the instrumental of that record.
Each song. Ooh.
So you would be on each song. So you would be on that same record for maybe 25 minutes until the next record. And
right.
It took us like 5 years to get all of our system in there. So by the time Serato came out, we were already ready. We were ahead of the game.
Right. Boy,
because we had a CD case with all of everything that we had converted from vinyl. So yeah, we definitely had a.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry, bro. This generation is just
Hey, it's
crazy, bro. This
boom fed right now.
Boy.
Apple Music whole library in the instant.
And download a whole album, boy. You can download somebody's whole catalog, boy, in less than
man.
Exactly. That's crazy.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
Crazy. Dude.
So Melvin, she got a question. I said she. I'm thinking that's Mel. That's Melvin. He said, what's the one thing that you've seen in Chicago footwear culture that you have not seen anywhere else? That's a good question, bro.
Froze me up, dude.
Yeah, you said bring them questions on.
That's
one thing that I've seen in Chicago.
That's a good ass question.
That's a good question.
I want to give him. You know what I'm saying?
Our culture is unique, though. I could say
it's very unique.
It's very unique. It got a few traits that it's got similar stuff around, but
one thing I would see. I see the way everybody in the culture, the way they adapt to our music. You know, the way the patterns that we create in the tracks. By this being just another genre away from everything, you know what I'm saying? Like seeing all of the dancers, whatever level, don't matter, just adapt to the way we create. That's bomb right there. because as a dancer to know this track and to have moves and to be able to execute your moves to the sequence of the track accurately, that's major. So it's like, dude, like you just reenact my track with your dance moves, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think I answered this question accurately, but I think it would have to be the way that everybody gravitates to our music.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like a lot of people outside the culture, they don't really understand, the music. Like when I was making tracks, my pops used to be like, "What the hell is that?" I'd be like, "Come on, dude." He's like, "What that track say?" It say, "Lick what?" He don't understand. He don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so everybody on the inside of the culture understands that sometimes the tracks, they were very suggestive.
Yeah.
Before I started, they were suggestive.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was like, but I think I try to be clean. I try not to say nothing too wild nowadays because the market is so open. You know what I'm saying? There's no telling who might end up with your joint. And
Yeah.
I don't want to have a track. I don't want to have a track that's too. You know what I'm saying?
But look though. I know, because you're right. You're absolutely correct. Because I don't even play those type of tracks when I'm teaching in class.
Whoa.
But
some of them tracks be downright rugged and they
No,
be raw
look,
and they stink face and everything. But you gotta keep it clean. Sometimes
keep
you
it clean.
can't get too dirty.
Hey, they did not. The DJs at that time, they didn't give
They ain't give a damn. They ain't give a damn. They ain't give a damn.
We was kids, bro. We was up and down
Teenagers,
listening
bro.
to everything, dog. Like,
Whoa, push. Right. What?
what? Like,
But see, wait a minute. You hold on, wait. For me, and also speaking for T-Rell, Rashad, Spin, C-Bit, all of us was kids too.
and that's facts, y'all.
We heard. I was listening to a lot of that. Think about it. The Out There Brothers.
Dion, Let Me Bang.
Let me
Let Me Bang.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything was right. Hey, no tracks was.
I used to be like, what?
Bro,
The kids was running the world, huh?
them tracks was.
The imagination.
Think about
They were really intense.
Think about the shit I'm a runner said. Dick and balls in your jaws.
Oh, yup. Hey, that's
Yeah.
What
Everybody going.
But when they used to play that, in the party, they used to dance to it. It wasn't like
to the walls, dick and balls.
It was just like it was like that song gave the atmosphere a certain energy. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what though? When we was dancing to it, we wasn't dancing to the lyrics. We was dancing.
It was beat. It was all the beat. It was all bass.
Yeah, it was the beat we was dancing to.
So that's the point. So that's the point though. So like to kind of answer that, the beat was for the dancers. The words is for the motherfuckers that was juking.
That was juking. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm writing that down, bro.
He just put it in perspective.
Bro. He just said it right there.
That's the jewel, bro. Like that's right. Because you was feeding both. You was feeding at that party. You was feeding to the jukers and to the footworkers. So you wanted to play it right
at the same time.
At the same time. Bro, I never even thought about that. Look, that's what Clint, that's why you the man. That's why I wouldn't even think about that, dog. Like, I was too busy listening to the beat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't even
I was just trying to make sure I had my headphones on because I'm like, man, if one of my parents hear this, man, they're gonna take my tape. My auntie took a few of my tapes. I was highly disappointed. It's like, Auntie, I am 12 years old. I'm in puberty. Auntie, let me listen to this track.
Okay, so check this out. So look, so you look at it like that. You got to ask yourself what these kids listening to now with the Chief Keefs and the Lil Durks. And I'd rather be talking about some sex shit over some shooting.
Over killing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At least we can party to, you know what I'm saying?
Pick your poison. We
can party, you know.
Kill each other, make love. Which one?
Hey,
and
you can talk.
We were
partying.
partying.
Hey, check it out. All the fathers that's in here, you can talk to your child about sex, but once your shawty with the shits, ain't nothing you can really do
about it. Yep, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
We'll see with that.
That's true, man.
On that kill 'em up, bang bang,
them tracks used to go crazy though. I ain't gonna lie. But Hot got a question too. He said, which one you like the most, DJing or producing? I got you stuck again.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, of course, I started DJing first. Now, right now, I like producing more than I like DJing now. Not to take anything away, but my mind be a tornado, yo. And I get all these beats in my head, yo. The mission is to get each whirlwind down. And if I don't get those beats out of my head, man, I feel like I lost. And I can always go into the, you know what I'm saying? I can always do a mix. You know, it's like push-ups, you know what I'm saying? You just get on there and just work out.
Facts.
But now, to answer Hot's question, producing. I like producing now. I do. Because half of the time, you know, sometimes you'll get into it. I'll black out on the beat and it'll make me want to pull up a scratch record and scratch to it. So it's like, I ain't even want to touch these turntables until I did this beat. So now producing. I like producing more than I like DJing.
Hey, DJ Clint said you coming to Linger tonight?
Oh, for sure.
Dang, what happened to Glenwood?
I gotta set.
He could be everywhere.
I'm gonna go do my set at Glenwood. I'm not gonna not show up.
He'd be everywhere, man. It'd be hard to catch T-Rell. And that's how it used to be though. Party when it used to be like 4 different parties in the same night. Yeah, everyone.
Yep.
Everyone. I'm trying to make everyone.
Like we there for the first hour, all right. Second hour we there. Third hour we there. In the night here. Like, all right.
Big.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And we got one more question. Last question from Kelly. Kind of random question, but I am curious. Seemed like DJing back then were expected to keep the party going the entire time, open to close. Do the club managers nowadays want you to DJ so people actually don't dance the whole time, stop and get drinks?
You got some club promoters that are trying to control the way the DJ is taking the party. Like, of course, towards the end, as the closing DJ, you know, once you get them too riled up, you know what you got a risk of happening. You know what I'm saying? These people, they lick it up, you know what I'm saying? So if I turn them all the way up, I'm gonna bring them down before the party out. Just so by the time they leaving, you know what I'm saying? I done made the fella just go get close to a female.
Yeah.
You know, that type. You know, you got some clubs that enforce it, some don't.
Right.
That makes sense right there.
Some of them do, some don't.
Do y'all mind if I answer that one too?
Yeah, go ahead, Clint.
So speaking from what she's saying, she's talking about like the juke parties, T-Rell. So it wasn't it was like that back then because there wasn't no alcohol in the club, in the parties.
No, not at all.
Facts.
Wasn't no alcohol. So back then, it was mainly team events. So the shit was gonna be rocking all goddamn night. Now everybody that was juking back then or footworking back then are all grown. So and then you really got to look at it like this. It's not there is no real juke or footwork events in the clubs right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that's all I want to say.
Nah, he right. Right.
It might do a little, a little juke set, play maybe 2 or 3 or 4 tracks, but then fade out. So something else, 80 BPM.
Yeah, it was a lot of structure back then when it came to like parties. Like everybody was hot. Like even if they was drinkers, a lot of people would like drink before and like or after. But then you wouldn't even know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they'd be kind of like hiding it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we gonna sit in the car or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I couldn't even really tell if anybody was drunk or high anyway. Also, Kelly said, can you still do the skate split move on the skates?
See, my skates, like I said, my skates, they fit too well. So I go around maybe like, you might get about a good 10 laps out of me. My feet hurt. And then the high boot that I have is narrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm flat-footed. So if I don't have the right sole in it, I'm no good. But I can't go all the way. Like I would need like a week or 2 to stretch back into that split to be.
Just say that you old, man. Stop it.
No, I'm just saying I haven't did it. Like you can't just go down into a split, bro. I tore my hamstring off trying that at the rig. Just going down.
Because you old.
I can still roll though. You know that.
You can roll, but you can't split because you old.
So you can't break it down.
He can't skate at all.
Hilarious.
Says a man who can't skate at all.
We need a skating day. We got to set that up.
I can roll around the rink.
Let's go.
I just can't do no moves.
I said the same thing.
Because of those rental skates, right?
That's true. I ain't gonna lie.
Rental skates are designed to make you
want to go get some real
your
skates.
Ass. If you want to fall, everybody go in and get rental skates. They got that big emergency brake in the front. You can't even move wrong, or the skates are gonna come to a complete stop. And then what? You face first, right? Right?
Hey, don't rental boots
first.
Nobody ever does maintenance to rental skates.
I just figured
if they say they do, they're lying.
I figure I don't skate enough to buy some skates. That's my analogy.
I just don't want to put my feet in other people's shoes.
Right.
That for sure. That's why I went and got my own. But my skate boot fit a little too snug, man. Now, if it had been my skate boot from 2015, oh man, I still come around, slide right to that split, all the way to the wall.
Hey, Charles, tell them what you be skating on.
Boy, Charles got some what's the name? Some Fisher Price skates. I'm gonna fall out.
Charles used to rollerblade.
The Heelys?
Charles used to rollerblade for real.
Oh, he used to rollerblade?
Rollerblade, yeah.
I had some rollerblades.
Hey, rollerblade, that's a different kind of balance, though.
I used to rollerblade.
That's a whole another kind of balance.
Yeah, that's different balance right there.
I think rollerblading is much more difficult than.
Hey, Charles, I ain't mad at you. I had some rollerblades too.
Hey, I ain't mad at myself. I was cold as hell. Can't nobody tell me nothing.
Hey, you still not a grind? You not a grind still?
I was low key decent. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fall too much. You know what I'm saying?
Go crazy.
That's a skater.
Shout out to my bro DJ C-Bid up in the building too, man.
What up, bitch? What up?
For real.
Hey, Steve be so smooth, though. He be
smooth. Hey, I'm telling you, the first time I met him, hey, rewind. Remember I was saying I was at the hall, and the first time I met him, Spin and C-Bid was supposed to be there. But I don't know who dude was, but he just had all the information I'm standing up on Union Hall stage. Now, if you know Union Hall, they got an elevated stage. The DJ booth was down on the ground, so I'm standing up on the stage looking down, and I'm listening to the tracks. I'm like, yo, I look over there like, yo, who DJ? He like, yo, that's C-Bit DJing right now, and I'm like, that took me straight to Southside Connection too. Like, oh, okay. He just played what? Man, I ain't gonna lie, I was star-studded on all of them. Like, man, I was so like Clint, Spear, Rashad, man, C-Bit, man. I mean, when I first met Thaz too, you know what I'm saying? Great guys, man. Great guys. Like I had to learn these guys, like learn the like I said, like the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Forced me to.
I'm telling, he just be so cool though. You be like, "What's up, CB?" He be like, "What's up?" Cool as hell. Like,
Man, talking about man, they used to come get me every weekend, man. I'll be the youngest dude in the party.
Yeah.
Well, the youngest dude DJing rather.
Boy, but you got the glow.
It was a big experience, man. Like straight up.
yeah, but we most definitely want to thank you, bro, for taking the time out of your schedule, man, just giving us this interview.
Man, thank you for having me. I ain't gonna lie,
Man.
I've been knocking that J-Ron. It's like, man, you gotta do something, man. I was getting mad and everything. Like,
I'm like, bro, it's only on Wednesdays. Like, no. Yeah. I'm like, man. But I'm so happy we got you on, bro. I learned a lot today, man.
For sure.
For real.
I'm glad I got to get that off my chest. I believe I left out a lot.
You got
left out a lot,
bro.
But I mean, for the most part, man, if I could rewind and do that shit all over again, I would. The exact same way. I would just pay attention to more details. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because at the time, I really was just, you know, like I said, I was a kid. I didn't really have too much responsibility. You know, do my homework, come home, make tracks.
Man. And it's just an honor too, man, because like you said, man, there's so much that you experienced and done. And around that time, we ain't have YouTube and social media like that to document.
If we did back then, we would all have millions of views.
Bro, I'm trying to. Bro.
We would all have millions of views. Because think about it. It didn't stop at the Y. You know what I'm saying? It went over to House of Kicks. House of Kicks used to go up.
Oh my God.
We will all have millions and millions of views.
Yes.
Whether you're a dancer, a DJ, producer, don't matter. You will have millions of views if we would have had. Like it's some moments that I can only like see in my head. Like I can't like it wasn't recorded. Like some of the greatest moments aren't recorded.
Yeah, you came in
not recorded.
Verbally speak on it.
Like, man, like
you have it in your memory. Everybody got it in the memory bank, boys.
Man.
You know what it was, man. Also, hey, can you also give your social media platforms?
Oh yeah, follow me on Instagram, DJ.T.Rell.
Mm-hmm.
My Facebook is the same. But let me get more specific.
Yeah, like
what is my
music platforms, yeah.
I'm on all music platforms. You could just, you know, go on Google and type me there. That'll take you anywhere you want. Whether it's skate music, you know, I got a few rink joints that did. I got a bunch of smooth stuff that I did for the steppers. Of course, my footwork catalog is on there. Old and new.
Make sure, but I made a mistake today. Make sure that when you type in DJ T-Rell, make sure you put T-Rell, because I put T-Rell. I put DJ
T hyphen. Make sure you put that dash between the T and the R, because DJ T-Rell is somebody else. It's not me.
Right.
So make sure y'all go and follow, bro. You know what I'm saying? Hit him up, ask him, flood his inbox. You know what I'm saying? Ask him all the questions y'all need to ask, you know what I'm saying, as far as music, history, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anything, you know what I'm saying? Just hit him up, man. Anybody else got anything they want to plug? You know what I'm saying? By all means,
I want Drop Ghost coming soon. DJ T-Rell,
those that
with
haven't
the R
heard
people. Hey, shout out to King Charles for that video.
Yeah, fact. That track. So
yeah, Drop Ghost is gonna be. It's gonna be
oh, bro.
Nice. It's gonna be nice.
So we most definitely also don't you got something coming out, right? Or it's out?
I just dropped the EP yesterday called Acoustical Expression. It's an instrumental project.
Okay.
I did some smooth for the steppers. I did 2 joints that'll kill any roller rink floor. You're gonna like it. It's on my Bandcamp right now. It'll be on all streaming platforms by Monday. But yeah, some real good instrumental, no words. Something you could just vibe out to, whether you cleaning up, you know what I'm saying, or you just roll one, you want to relax, or you got some company over, you know what I'm saying, you want to play some music, but you don't want to do too much to our ears. You can play my album. It's all instrumental.
Hey, so yeah, make sure y'all going to download that, man. For real, man. Anything else we need to plug? Anybody got anything they want to plug right now?
Beat Down Picnic 2021.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Hey, you got your date on that, bro?
We're doing August, the end of August.
Okay, the end of
August 29th.
Damn.
Ooh, I heard it. Hey, yo.
Let's see, man. That's me been dead.
August 29th, man.
Yeah.
Beat Down Picnic.
Oh, right. Fire.
Bro, that's
yeah.
crazy.
Shoot, speaking of August, you got the Havoc Picnic.
Yeah, Havoc Picnic.
Damn.
Hey, I pray that I get a slot this year.
Yes.
I pray.
Yes.
I pray and I pray.
I
pray because I'm happy.
Just let me get 30 minutes, man. That's all I need.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I don't need no hour. All I want is 30 minutes.
I got y'all. No, that's
it.
Phil. Hey, that's Phil and T-Rell. Got y'all.
And we can even do back to back if you want for the hour.
All right.
Crossfire.
Hold on, wait.
That
dude background. That dude background. Timmy.
Now that's funny as it. Yo, man, what we got today is next month Track Attack. We're back in effect, man. I'm gonna have my homie AC versus DJ YB for the month. Oh yeah, C-Bit. June, if you up for it, you versus Spalding in June, bro.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
So you down? Let me know, man. I got you and Spalding.
It's gonna be a hot day. It's gonna be hot that day.
It's hot, man. Hey.
Man, I'm down. Shit. Can you hear me? Damn, you can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm down. We're gonna turn up.
All right. It's official.
Hey, I told you.
Smooth response. I'm down.
All right. Now I'm still trying to get some for solo. So be on the lookout for that. So busting. I have a special announcement, but I can't say right now. But I'll let y'all know in a little while. So yeah.
That's cool.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, Jerron. Make sure that Havoc Picnic is like 2019. That was the best Havoc Picnic thus far.
Oh yeah,
Ain't nothing beating
I had
that
a
picnic.
blast.
Ain't nothing beating that
blast.
picnic.
Yeah.
2019 was the best one.
No doubt.
Oh my God.
Hey, T-Rell
Oh my God.
T-Rell and Phil said they gonna bless with some heat, so we all good.
Listen, T-Rell, like I told you and like I told Phil, don't sleep on them both. I knew y'all was cold from the get-go. Oh, I forgot. One more thing. It will be a Track Attack Reloaded with T-Rell versus Phil for one reason, for the fact that it was a lot of technical difficulties.
Yeah. So, we had major
we
sound
doing it Reloaded.
Problems.
Oh yeah, I'm on that.
Yeah,
even though we had sound problems, y'all couldn't. We was having a blast.
We need that. We need that. Reload that.
We doing a Reloaded. And I might put. You know what? That's gonna be in July. So T-Rell Fear Reloaded.
Right.
Man, to everybody that tuned in, if you ever streamed a DJ T-Rell song, man, thank you. I never quit hitting y'all with heat.
Yeah.
You hear me? Never. It's always. I'm always gonna black out.
T-Rell, I was
Always
this close to playing a classic T-Rell joint that people ain't heard in ages, but I'm gonna keep quiet.
All right, so look, so we
play something else from high school.
also want everybody to subscribe to Behind the Name YouTube.
Oh yeah, make sure y'all subscribe to the YouTube channel because every week, every Saturday, a new episode goes live on there. So episodes that you may have missed, episodes that you may want to see again, make sure you subscribe so you get the notifications because we already a year in, so we already got so much fire episodes that's since the beginning. So y'all definitely want to make sure y'all follow that. And also we will be also doing some upcoming shows that we're going to be exclusive just for the Facebook and for the YouTube page. So
but you have to subscribe to get access of it.
yes. So those that extra content, definitely be on the lookout for that because we're gonna be discussing we're gonna be having some dope open discussions on there.
Oh, y'all going on live? Cool.
Yeah. So and that
hell yeah.
That special episode will be for everybody. So we'll be having like an hour and a half discussion.
Yeah.
Hey Mickey, hit me up. I gotta holler at you real quick.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait for that.
Also, I got classes tomorrow. If you like to workout class, also, does anybody else have anything they want to promote before we close out?
Hey T-Rell.
What up, though?
Hey, I sent you something. A while back. Let's get on that. You still got it. Remember, I sent you a little magic. You know what I'm saying? To see if you can throw something on them. I'll send it again.
Yeah. I'm so frozen me like.
Yeah. I'll send it again tonight. I got you.
All right, so
Fire.
on another note, this was another great episode.
Fire.
Hopefully, we'll get back to y'all.
DJ T-Rell.
And we got a whole mix going out.
I know, right?
I'm about to do some work.
Outro.
Let the tracks roll, bro.
Hey.
Let the tracks roll.
Y'all be all night, bro.
All flame.
T-Rell about to make me move some furniture in this.
And I want to be able. I want T-Rell to be able to out. I don't want nobody to rush me.
Hey, look at Crossfire. Hey, Crossfire going crazy right now. Go ahead, Cross. Crossfire say, all right.
But on another note, man, we up out of here.
I am too, D.
Hey, yo, I love y'all, man. I love y'all.
I haven't danced in a minute.
Salute to everybody that
For real. Thank y'all.